Welcome back to another edition of Hamtainment. And before we get to the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications for every time I upload a video. Please, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year to get monetized by YouTube. So please help us out. It's free. It costs you absolutely nothing. But let's get to the video. We're doing a spoiler review for The Last of Us Episode 6. So if you haven't seen The Last of Us Episode 6, leave now because this is a spoiler review.
Maria told me about Sarah.
No. Don't say another word.
So what another great episode from The Last of Us, coming off of that great episode 5 where all the stalkers and clickers and the big bloater and all the crazy events happening with Henry and Sam. Coming off that episode, we have a more character-centric episode in episode 6, but it was just as good. So now we have our heroes Ellie and Joel. They are now going through the cold wilderness as it is, just like in the game, and I love the dynamic between them. You see them clearly that Joel has pretty much completely warmed up to Ellie, and as you see throughout the episode, he is attached to Ellie, and that is manifesting into a uncontrollable fear that's almost paralyzing him in stressful situations when it comes to them two. So I just love the dynamic of them, like when he's at the camp and she's talking about how she wants to be basically an astronaut and he is going to take the watch but he falls asleep and she takes the watch because she's fully ready. He's trained her to be ready, but he's so terrified because he's like, I need to be in control. I need to protect you. So you see him in moments of this episode of him just like grabbing his chest and he can't breathe. So clearly he's loving Ellie right now, and Ellie feels the same way because she says multiple times in this episode, if you die, I don't know what to do. But yeah, you see them going through the wilderness. I love the two characters you meet, the two old couple you meet in the cabin while they're looking for Joel's brother Tommy. I just love the whole dynamic of like, it's like, why didn't you shoot him? The gun's over there. You made him soup. Yeah, like I just love the dynamic. I think they were hilarious. It's just two couples that I guess were living here for a while, and then when shit hit the fan, they're already out in the middle of nowhere, so they're pretty much good, and they're old, so they really don't care. But they tell Joel, where to go to probably meet Tommy. So they go there, and then they get surrounded by this group, and there's this dog that's going to sniff out anybody who's infected. And the look on Pedro Pascal's face as that dog is about to sniff Ellie, and he's thinking it's going to rip her to shreds because she's immune to the thing, but maybe it might track that, it's still in her body. The look on his face was great acting. Like you could see all the terror and the lack of control he had in that situation. And of course, the dog, plays with Ellie, and Ellie's, petting the dog, and the dog's licking her and all that stuff. So I love that. And then we go to a community called Jackson, where there's a small community in the middle of nowhere, and it seems to be peaceful and it's working. And we finally meet a community that's not absolutely crazy or run down or anything like that. And he meets his brother Tommy finally, and he makes a joke. He's like, I'm here to rescue, because he assumed that Tommy needed help. He was with a bad group or he was captured or something like that. But no, Tommy is thriving in this new community, and I'm loving it. They have electricity, they have movies. It actually looks like the old world before it fell. So just seeing Ellie getting accustomed to what this is. Again, she came from the wilderness. They've had months. I think it's been 3 months after the events that happened with Henry and Sam. So they've been in the wild for a minute. So they're kind of getting used to accumulate to this new society. But I love the new character Maria, who is the wife of Tommy. Tommy, again, he's a brilliant character. Just to see him bounce off of his brother Joel, and them talking about, he's going to be a father soon. He has to be careful. And Joel not knowing how to deal with that, because not only is he still mourning over his daughter, Sarah, but he's also so afraid of what's going to happen to Ellie. And it was a great moment where he thought he saw a woman that had the same hair as his daughter, and he thought it was his daughter for a second. And I think one of the people mentioned if his daughter survived, that would have been what would have been happening. He would have had a granddaughter, his daughter been grown up, everything would have been fine. So to see that dynamic between him and his brother was great. Ellie, learning from Maria as her hair is getting cut that he lost his daughter when everything fell. And she even says that kind of explains him more. Just to see in her face that, man, that's what this guy has been going through, and that's why he's kind of a dick, as she would put it. But she still cares about him, and she still needs him. And that scene when Joel is just breaking down to Tommy, and he's telling him like, I keep having these dreams. I don't know what they are, but all I know is I keep failing every time. And he's telling his brother Tommy, take her. You're younger, you're stronger. Take her to the Fireflies so she can get the cure. And he knows his brother has a hero complex, so he's probably trying to use that against him. But he's like, she's immune to the infection. You need to do this. I am too old and slow, and I am just going to get her killed. And of course, Ellie overhears the conversation. And when they meet again, they took this line straight from the game of when she's basically saying, everyone leaves me except for you. And it's so heartbreaking. But again, if you play the game, you know that they're going to continue this journey till the end. So even though she's about to leave with Tommy, she sees Joel and he says, "Look, you have I'm going to give you a choice." She's like, "No, let's just go." And off they go. So they leave Jackson. Tommy does say they have a place for them back there. So the show is, separating itself a little bit from the video game. So to see if they do go back to Jackson, I'm not sure. And again, I haven't played The Last of Us Part 2, so whether they go back to a community called that, I do not know. But the door is open for them to come back to this community if everything goes well. But now they're off. They go to this college campus and they see the signs where the Fireflies were, but the Fireflies have left for whatever reason. And then they see Raiders coming, and right when they're about to leave, Joe fights one of the Raiders and he gets stabbed with a baseball bat. And I believe in the game, it kind of happens the same way, except he falls off of, I believe, the second floor of a building in the school and gets impaled. But the essence of it is the same. So they ride off, and Joel is bleeding out, and he falls off the horse. And now Ellie is saying, "Please don't leave me. I don't know what to do without you." And the scene ends with Joel basically dying. But again, it's The Last of Us. It's about two of them, so we know he's not gonna die. But I'm very interested to see how they're gonna do Ellie by herself for the few days or weeks, because in the game that's a part where you just play as Ellie for a little bit and while Joel is resting. So I'm very interested to see what episode 7 will do with basically a Ellie centric episode of her taking care of Joel. But I love this episode. This episode was so good. The character things are almost as good or even better to me sometimes than those big action set pieces, because you really get to delve into the characters and what's going on in their mind. So I absolutely love this episode. This episode is a 10 out of 10. This show is absolutely killing it across the board. Now, you let me know what you thought about Last of Us Episode 6 in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And are you enjoying this show so far? And also let me know, what other video game do you want to be adapted into a TV show or a movie? Let me know in the comments below. And again, like and subscribe to Handtainment for all your entertainment needs. And I'm your boy Hamid Mark. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.